Hi YouTube. I just wanted to come to you today. This is actually my first YouTube video, and I've been looking at other videos about the Master Cleanse, and I did that. The first time I did that, it was extremely successful, and I just wanted to make a brief video just giving you some hints and tips for those of you who want to do the Master Cleanse, what I did to lose 20 pounds. In 10 days, I lost 20 full pounds. And I see some videos where people only lost 10 pounds. And I'm thinking, wow, what are they doing? You know, they should have dropped at least 20 pounds like the book said. And so here are my tips and hints, and I hope I can remember them all. First of all, I highly recommend that you purchase the book and read the book through and through. I know a lot of us, you know, we get things and we just figure, well, I heard do it this way, I can do it, I don't have to read the book. But reading the book gives you a pretty good understanding of exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, what the results will be, what not to do, and having that understanding really helps you be successful and helps you make decisions, you know, when your mind wants to shortcut and do things slightly differently. So get the book and read the book, and even during the Master Cleanse, I suggest reading the book through, you know, during the time when you're doing the cleanse, you know. Okay, secondly, what I did was I found that whatever the book recommended for the amount of maple syrup, it was a little too much for me. And I love sweets, you know. I mean, I eat too many sweets. But if you're making, I can't remember offhand because I'm gonna prepare to do it again shortly. But I would say cut back on the maple syrup. You don't need as much. I think it called, I don't know, was it 2 tablespoons or something like that for like 8 ounces or something. I don't know. But you don't need all of that sugar. You know, just make it to taste. You don't really need it. And save the sweeter drinks for the times when you feel you really do need a little more calories to get through the day. But that shouldn't be every drink. The other thing I did was, now, I might do this the next time, but just so you know what I did, you know, which allowed me to be really successful, I was in a position where I was able to make the drink each time I drank it. You know, and I averaged like a half a lemon. Really, the first time I did it, I think I was squeezing a whole lemon each time I made a big mug full of this stuff. That I found to be troublesome because I found out it just felt like my system was it felt acidic, you know, like when you're doing your laxative and stuff and everything's coming out, I just felt a lot of irritation, and I felt like it was because I put just frankly too much lemon each drink. But I juice a lot. I juice vegetables, or I used to. I'm trying to get back into that, and I know the value of fresh juice. So you know, there's a value in drinking a juice immediately after it's juiced. So what I did was I'd squeeze the lemon, and actually I did this while I worked, you know. So I'd go in the little kitchen, I'd cut my lemon in half, I squeeze a lemon into a cup, and have my drink, you know, go back to my office and sit there and sip. The other thing is I drank my drinks warm. I think I drank all of them warm. Not too warm though. You have to be sure that you don't make it hot. You don't want it as hot as like tea that you can't drink down, you know. I mean, that if it's too hot, I found that the cayenne pepper is going to make it taste gross. But you just want it nice and warm, you know, like a really good temperature. That really cuts the mucus. It really helps your body with the cleansing process. Drinking it, a lot of people say, oh no, I just do it cold. I make a big jug full in the morning and I keep it all day and it's cold and I drink it. You know, that might work for you, but in terms of the cleansing process, I really think the warm lemon water really does wonders in your system. The reason why I chose to do the Master Cleanse was because I was reading about aspartame, and I was the kind of person where I loved equal. I preferred it to sugar, really. I drank coffee every day, all day at work, and I sweetened it with Equal. And I came across this thing about Equal and the aspartame and how it doesn't get out of your body and how it causes all these problems. You can just Google it and find out, if you're having any kind of issues, it's probably related to a number of things that you're consuming. But anyway, so that started me on a cleanse, trying to cleanse formaldehyde from the Equal out of my system. And that started me on this whole juicing regimen for years. I got off track, like for the last 3 years, I've been off track totally. So, that's really going to be my first way to get back on track and get back on track to healthy, clean eating. But anyway, so back to my tips. I would say follow the book exactly. If you don't do your saltwater flushes every day, I would say at least do them every 2 days, and always take your dieter's tea at night. Now, a lot of people might recommend Smooth Move, that brand of laxative tea, but I found the Smooth Move to cause far too many cramps. I mean, I couldn't even take it. I'd be cramping all day and stuff like that. But the tea that I found that I love, tastes great, and it works wonderfully. It's called Yogi Get Regular. So if you go to your Whole Foods or, local shop, organic kind of shop, or a good, that has a good section of those kinds of things, My Organic Market, or I don't know what's Earth Fare, whatever store is in your area, Yogi Get Regular. Order it online, and it tastes great. It tastes like, in my opinion, a real tea. You know what I mean? It's just, it tastes really good. So that's what I did. And then you could even take a tea in the morning. For the mornings that you don't want to do the saltwater flush, you can just take another cup of the tea. What else did I do that really helped me? I didn't worry about exercise. I found that it was hard sometimes to drink all of the recommended doses of this stuff every day, because sometimes I found that I'd only had 2 mugs full during the day. And you can say, how can you only have like 16 ounces of the stuff? I just wasn't hungry, or, but that's what I would suggest, taking more, cut back on the maple syrup so you're not consuming all that much more calories, but keep the liquids flowing, keep the water going. I also did it with distilled water. I didn't know not to. I used distilled water, and I can see that there's value in doing it that way, because basically distilled water, in my opinion, is empty water. So if you're really flushing, it's able to absorb more of the toxins and flush them on out. Or I would say a mixture of distilled water and purified water would probably work, for the purposes. Now, having done my first master cleanse, having done many juice fasts, and just learning, these are some things that I would do differently in taking the master cleanse, and you may want to consider. One of the things I would probably do are enemas periodically. If you don't do the salt water, I would still recommend saltwater flush, because you find out that your body kind of craves that salt. It's a good feeling. That warm salt is just like washing through. I would say measure appropriately, and measure appropriately. Use the uniodized sea salt, and do that at least a couple of times a week. At least, don't cut it out altogether if you don't do it every day. I'd say if you get the system down, do it every day. Because what I understand is that the salt and the water, from what I remember, creates a type of buoyancy, whereas your body doesn't absorb the salt. It sort of is the consistency of blood or something like that, which allows more water to go through your colon as opposed to being absorbed by your entire body, and which creates the flush. But if you're a little off with your measurements and it doesn't create that buoyancy, then you're just going to get high blood pressure. I mean, you know what I mean? You're probably going to feel the effect of a lot of salt. So that's why I say if you're having success with it, do it regularly. If not, there are a couple other things you could probably supplement with, but at least do that. I'd say at least 2-3 times a week at least. But I would do enemas. Yes, if you're into coffee enemas, I would say do that. If there's anyone that wants me to talk about my experiences with that, I can do that as well. But that really will help, speed up the detoxification process, and you have to do that correctly. You have to follow the instructions. I know a lot of people find stuff on internet, but read well, while you're looking through that stuff, and to find out what is really the good recipe, so to speak, and what you should be doing. Organic coffee only, and the other things you can do. There are probably a number of other things that I'm forgetting about. Let me look. I tried to jot down some notes, but just give me a second to see. Well, I can't really think of anything else right now, but I would say good luck. When I get back in there, I'm probably going to do some YouTube videos of my success story, because I know how to make it happen. I lost an average of 3 pounds a day after the third day. So when you get to the third day, then if you're doing it right, you're going to start seeing your weight loss daily. And I basically was jumping up and jumping on the scale every morning. Another thing I did was skin brushing. Read it, Google it online. I did skin brushing. I eliminated toxic soaps and stuff like that. I put a filter on my shower head. I just did a number of things to assist my body in the detoxification process, because I was really serious about this aspartame. Anyway, I guess that's it. If you have any questions, maybe I'll do a part 2. But this is my first YouTube video. I don't know how long I'm going to do this or whatever, but that's it. Take care. Bye.